This is Spirit Bears Witness, Akkad Ban Yasharallah. I camp at Lions Den of Yasharallah, Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, I'd like to say a prayer to the Father and the Son. Call, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha Rakakadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Honors to my elder R1. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the women and the children of the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Okay, today's lesson is going to be entitled "The Wicked," or I'm thinking "The Wicked" or "Traits of the Wicked." It's one of those two, right? So okay, first I want to go to Psalms chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 2, and it reads, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor," and the poor is the Israelites, the poor, and that's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, so forth and so on through the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Okay, and they say the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai abhorreth. Okay, and that's these devils. They boast in the and the things that they covet. They boasting in it like it's not even hid no more. The agenda that they trying to bring forth, and as far as the charagma and all these other things, that's as far as trying to have dominion over everything, every resource in this world. Okay, let me continue. Okay, and that's Psalms chapter 10, and I'm going to continue in 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's the pride of these so-called cases of car Edomites, so-called whites. That's the pride of them. They puff their chests up, and they not keepers at home. They run and try to rule over every man's land, and they try to oppress every man in his land, right? Okay, and I'm gonna continue with Psalms 10 and 5. And his ways are grievous. The judgments, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue, his mischief and vanity. And that's the truth for these Edomites. They make treaties and ain't kept not one treaty. All they do is rape, pillage, kill, and destroy, and they call it what is the word I'm looking for? Colonizer. They call it colonizing. They call it bringing this false doctrine and this false truth, and introducing blasphemes to the and blaspheming in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. And they bring that and they force fed it on the people. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is drunk off that wine, that Babylon juice, and only the hopeful elect is waking up to this truth, and we calling our people to come back to this truth and come back to their heritage and come back to the truth of the living power with Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay? And they read, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And like I said, the poor is the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the speckled bird through the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor, and when he draweth him into his net, he croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's when that what is that racial profiling and all those things that they do, to and that go with the food. Any aspect you look at, that go with the food they give you to eat. That go with the planes you see dropping all these metals and metallics and for us to breathe. Cutting down the trees, polluting the water. Anywhere you look at, that's they handiwork as the wicked is right there for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? And 2/3 of our people and the rest of these heathens still haven't woke up to the truth of who these cases car are, these so-called Edomites, these so-called whites, who they really are according to these scriptures. Okay, I'm gonna continue on. All right, this is Psalms 10 and 11. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai, our power, lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble, wherefore doeth the wicked contemn. Yahweh he hath said in his heart, that will not require it. And that's why he thinking he ain't gonna require payback. He ain't gonna get paid back for all this wickedness and all this shit he done. But the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Shai, he require it. The Most High is a man of power. I mean, he's a God of power, and he's a God of balance. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get you're not getting away with nothing, Esau. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay. And it's gonna be for 1,000 years. You ain't think of your latter end. You ain't think of the latter end. Okay. Thou hast, and this is Psalms 10 and 14. Thou hast seen it, for thou boastest mischief in spite to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. And this is what y'all need to understand. The wicked is a man, is a nation of men, and is a whole nation, and it's the nation of Edom. You know what I mean? Okay, say, breaketh thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever, and the heathen are perished out of his land. And that just goes, so they in our land now. Trotting to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. The paraphrasing, and that's what it is. They parted our land. You know what I mean? I can't remember exactly what that scripture say, but they parted our land, and that's, and to this day they still there, and they oppress a man, even his house, even his heritage, and that's what they done, and that's the truth of the matter. Okay, so I want to go to Psalms 38 and 12. Okay, and it reads, they also that seek after my life snares for me, that they seek my hurt, speak mischievously things and imagine deceits all the day long. And that's what they do all the day long. They speak mischievousness and evil and wickedness, you know what I'm saying? All day and night. Okay, now I want to go to Psalms 37 verse 21. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. And that's just, like I said, the greatest gank was the so-called Federal Reserves, right? And it's not federal at all, but they took all the gold and they wouldn't get a gold back. And I think that was like the greatest robbery ever known. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. And just like with taxes, they taxing you. It's amazing to me that they fought these wars to free themselves from the from the British or whatever you want to call it, and then they come here and put the same taxes on the people. Like, I mean, it's crazy. That's how you know that it's a made up, like a test run for something that they was trying to pull off. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they borrow, but they don't pay back. You know what I'm saying? They take and they don't give. They go to other people's land, and they take their resources, and they take every bit of resources that they have, and then they act like it's theirs, and they act like they doing them a favor. They act like they helping them. You know what I'm saying? That's their motive, and their motivation is like the bottomless pit. They can never have enough. Okay, I want to go to Romans chapter 3, verse 13 to 14, and it reads, "Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit. The poison of an asp is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. In the way of peace have they not known." Ooh. Hey, and who and how you and that is self-explanatory. Like, if that ain't the wicked, I ain't gonna get to that part. But everybody know who that. Everybody know who that is, right? So okay, let me go to Philippians. Hold on. All right, and this is Philippians chapter 3, verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, whose glory is in their shame, whose mind earthly things. Okay, and that tell you right there, and you know whose end is destruction. You because everybody know the end of Esau Edom, what it is. After 1,000 years, they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. They're gonna be destroyed, right? And whose God is their belly, because like I said, they can never get enough. It's like a bottomless pit with these damn devils, right? They can never have enough. And whose glory is in their shame. Hey, and they boast and they glory on Babylon, but the shame of it is all this. This is the place where they enslave the apple of the Most High, Yahweh Shemiah's eye, which is the Israelites of the scriptures, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so forth and so on, through the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that's their shame, right? And their mind is only on earthly things. They have no spirit in them, and that's the truth. Okay, now I want to go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk, hold on. Okay, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, and that's that doctrine, that's that false philosophies that they don't taught the whole world, right? He transgressive by wine. He is a proud man. Hey, them, what is it? The Proud Boys, or the Proud Land? We the people, the proud, the home of the brave, and all that bullshit. That who is that, right? So I'm gonna say from the top, starting from the top again. Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, heapeth unto him all people. And ain't that what Babylon is known for? The melting pot of all nations, right? Everybody come here for that Babylonian dream. You feel me? A better life, so called better life, or some bullshit. And all this is the valley of death, the valley of the shadow of death, and it's a low place, low values, and no knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And most people walking around in darkness. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to wake up our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans, that they are the true biblical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through the seed line of the Father, to come back to this truth. Okay, and I was supposed to bring this one out first, but I went past it, so I'm gonna bring it out now. And this is Job 9:24. Okay, all right, and it is, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Hey, and that's, hey, if we was to sit back and just ask anybody who run this world. I mean, what people run this world, and obviously you know who it is, because it don't matter what part of the world you go to, they've run and ruled this world with their policies, and with the sword, and with their power of deceit, and the power of their lying ass tongue. You know what I'm saying? But all that is coming down, all that is falling. We in the last days. We can see it, and not only do we see it, we see the prophecies and we feel it. You know what I'm saying? We know the time is near. So that's when we need to be more diligent, and we can look and cry out, Abba Father. You know what I'm saying? And um pray to the Most High. How about Shema Shai? We stay on this straight gate. We strive to make it through this straight gate, and be of the elect, cause the hopeful elect. Okay, I want to go to Isaiah. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are the thoughts of iniquity, wasting the destruction are in their paths, Salakia, in their paths. So, hey, that's what they do. They wasteful, and all they do is seek destruction. Like they not happy unless they doing some destruction, or they. Hold on, let me get that scripture. Unless they call in the fall. Let me see if I can find that. I believe. Let me. Okay. Okay. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Hey, and that man is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird through the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the true Israelites of the scriptures, right? And they oppress a man in his house and his heritage, and this truth, this Bible is our heritage, given to us. It wasn't given to any other nation. He have not known them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know these. They don't have no part with this book. This book is only for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the speckled bird through the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Nobody else have no part with this. Okay, and I want to go to Okay, and now I want to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, "In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them." Hey, and that's like I said, they 2/3 of our people, they don't want to come back to the truth, and they don't want to read, and more importantly, how Bashimi Shai have blinded their eyes and closed their ears, so they don't understand this truth. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't come back, so they won't repent. So we have the hopefully elect. We gotta praise Yahweh Bashimi Shai for opening our eyes, so we can see this truth and understand this truth. And because like they've been blinded by this doctrine. They drunk off that Babylon juice. What do you say? They stagger, but not from strong drink. It's from these philosophies, and from this so-called holidays, these pagan holidays and shit that they choose to worship, instead of worshiping the true days that the Most High set up for us to worship, and to give homage to. Right. So with that, I want to say shalom. I hope y'all is edified. And like I said, this is bringing out just a couple scriptures, going into the the traits of the wicked. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna call it, the traits of the wicked. So all right, until next time, shalom.